Hello, and welcome back to Let Supreme Ghost Thief. Good news for you guys today. I might be able to upload videos a little bit more frequently in the near future. I'm not sure how long it'll last, but my work situation has changed a little bit, all for the good, but it means that I have a little bit more time to maybe put a few hours here and there into Thief. So hopefully that means we will get through Thief 2X and Thief 2, those two campaigns, in not too long. However, today we are going to shift gears and go over to a mission that I played a couple of years ago, and I ghosted it a few months back, and I've wanted to record it since then. It's a mission from the Thief 1 Anniversary Contest from 2018, called The Burning Bedlam by Phantom. And I believe it's his first and only mission. I don't think he has any other releases, and it's certainly the only one I've played, if he has more than this one. Before we get into this one, though, I wanted to plug in a new YouTube channel that has opened by Marbleman. He is a user on the TTLG forums, at least that's where I know him from, and he is an avid ghoster and a member of the ghosting threads and participants in the ghost discussions that we have at TTLG, and he has just started making a couple of Supreme ghosting videos and a speed ghosting video that he recently made. He doesn't have too many videos up yet, but I think and hope that he will produce more in the near future. So I will definitely link to his channel in the video description of this video, so make sure to check that out and give him a comment or some feedback on his content. It's great what I've seen so far. I haven't watched all the videos because I haven't played all the ones that he's uploaded, but I will check it out as soon as I play it. He has a long one from Melan's Disorientation that made me really want to play that mission, so I probably will in not too long. So anyway, yeah, go ahead and check his channel out. Like I said, we're going to play The Burning Bedlam. And we're going to play on Expert, and as you guys know, we play Supreme Ghosting, which means that we will have to play and adhere as much as we can to the Supreme Ghosting rules. So, the objectives. My fence Adolfo wants me to find his brother Arafin in the Old Quarter, at a forgotten asylum built by the Hammerites. First, I'll have to find a way into the asylum via the mines to the east. Mines like these always have a stockpile of supplies. Find it and get inside. Adolfo mentioned a drain that would make a perfect getaway after I find Arafin. Okay, so this mission cannot be Supreme Ghosted. We have to take, I would say we have to take 2 busts, but one of them is very small, but the other one is a clear bust. We can Perfect Thief the mission. I'm not going to do that in this run because there are a few pieces of loot I have to skip for Supreme. But I will have a segmented run up for this mission as well. I always upload missions now in 2 videos. One narrated, the raw edition, where I focus only on Supreme, and then I always have a segmented run where I remove all the failed attempts, but that isn't narrated. And sometimes then, if for Perfect Thief is possible, I will go for Perfect Thief in that playthrough. So that is what I'm going to do for this mission. The objectives you see here, we have to find supplies. That really means that we have to break into an armory. We don't have to actually take anything there, we just have to get inside. Supreme rules disallow picking up of unnecessary objects, and those objects that you take that you can return has to be returned. So, and the last objective means that we don't have to return to the starting location, which would make this mission fairly tedious if you have to do that, because it's a fairly long direction or a long way back. There is a readable that we are carrying to begin with that will give us a little bit more insight on the backstory here, so I'm going to read that to begin with. This is an undead mission, which is not missions that I play too often, at least not those that are only undead. They're not usually my favorites. Not saying that the design of those missions aren't great, but the setting, I do prefer when there are at least some humans or inhabited areas in a mission, and then sprinkled maybe with other supernatural elements. But this one is a very good mission, so I wanted to show this to you. We do not have a loadout screen. We start in a cave. So I'm going to climb down and read Note to Garrett. Garrett, I've waited long enough. It's time to repay your debt. Consider this a reward for keeping my tongue tied when the Hammerites came asking about you, not to mention the 3,000 gold. Deep in the old quarter lies a derelict asylum built by the Hammers. It is there where you will retrieve my brother, rather his corpse. I know it's not among your usual business to fetch bodies for fences, but this is the cost of my generosity. Do this for me, and your debt is repaid, hands washed anew. My brother was evil and committed terrible acts, even as a child. He was only 9 when the Hammerites took him away in shackles. It shattered my mother's heart to see him go. When the old quarter fell, I swore to my mother I would find a way to give him a proper burial, but the district is too dangerous for me to complete this task on my own. I implore you to help me, Garrett. Recover my brother Arafin's body from the asylum, bring it to me, and I will have no more favors to ask of you. The mines are the safest entrance to the asylum. I sent several scouts, and the mines appear to be far less treacherous than the streets or sewers. My knowledge of the building is limited to the rare letters Arafin wrote to me. I drew some maps for you, but you must locate one very important thing. Arafin mentioned a locked drain that drops directly into the channel current. Find my brother, leave by way of the locked drain, and meet me at the rendezvous. Do this for me, and your debt is paid in full. Adolfo. Cool. We have... Let's see. We have our lockpicks, of course. And that's it, in case, or instead of the readable, a flash bomb, and our compass. And we do have a rope arrow. That's going to be very important. So we only have one, which can be a little bit risky. We can actually play this mission all the way through with only one rope arrow. It's a little bit more difficult, but I'm going to do that because I don't want to pick up a second rope arrow if I don't need it. And I technically don't need it. I don't think anybody would be blamed here if you took one for Supreme. But anyway. Save. Quick save. Look at the map. So we are in the mine entrance right here. So you can see that north of us there is a smithy, or a blacksmith then. But all that, this entire area here is ruins. So there's not any operational facilities around here. The armory, in red, because it's important, is just south of us. We have to get a key for the armory to get in there. So that's a locked area right now. There's a power room that actually operates two gates right here. There is another gate to an underground sewage system where there is a control room in a certain location. So these gates here can be operated from a sewer, from this sewer control room, but there's a little finicky way to only use the right gates. So we'll take them when we get there. Outside the power room there are several caves or mine shafts. So these are called the unexplored mines, and there's access to the asylum in a couple of different ways actually. But the main way is to get out on the bridge. There's a big broken bridge in an area that we can go to. And you can see there is a big drop here with a water supply to the asylum. There's an asylum passage, and there's an asylum water return that takes us back to the mines. So this is a one-way trip here. We have to get through that passage this way and then come back to the mines over here. The Hammerite Asylum is where the other maps are from. So that I will cover, and there's a lot of them. I'll cover that when we get there. Okay. To begin with, we'll head over here. In this room there is a rug. Worth 150. See, there should be a readable here. We're certain there was a readable here. Okay, maybe not. location? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. That's, of course, that's in the entrance to the smithy. So we won't go there right now. Instead, we're going to head over here. There's an artifact in here, and then there is a rope that is permanently attached. And down on the water here, there should be a purse. Purse is worth 100, total 270. So this is north, this is to the smithy. Yeah, this is where the readable is. I didn't do it. Matrons say I do, but I didn't. Now we stay locked away. Door never opens for us. We wait and wait. Matrons say door open if confess. Confess or go back to Asylum. We dig through wall and get out. Okay. So here, can't go in there, that's the smithy. So then we are forced in this direction. So now we are south, and we are moving, we are going to move at least west at this point. There is a zombie in the distance here. This is the armory. Down these mine shaft tracks. Closed gate or locked gate. There's another.
Looks like this hasn't worked in years.
Another locked gate, and here's a readable. Mock. They shut us down. We broke through the wall onto the bridge. That old bitch from the asylum brought the captain of the watch in to close the mine. Now the door is stuck. Captain kept our only key to the power station. We can't get in, and the workers can't get out. I'm headed to the watchman. Some of the gold we found should convince him to open us back up. You should try to get a new key from the smithy in case I can't pull this off. Randy. Okay, so we got to get into the smithy somehow to get a key to open and operate this generator in order to unlock the gates. So let's go back to the smithy and see if there's something there. Okay, now we can see the zombie, and there's some lights there. That is blinking, that wasn't blinking earlier. And somebody is here. Okay. Door is open now. Okay, that doesn't look and sound too safe. Here's a gold nugget, worth 100, total 370. Here's a corpse and a readable. Damn this place. I never should have come here. Lux warned me not to dig among the dead, but I aren't listening. Snuck in through a grate and found the inside of the old orphanage, but it looked more like a smithy shop. As soon as I come in, I hears whispers, like children. I shoots a rope up and began climbing. Should have left right then. No more and got to the ledge and saw an orange face staring at me. Fell right on my back and can't move. Them spooks are still here. I hear 'em whispering. Doesn't sound too good. Okay. Jump off here. Okay, nothing here, so we gotta head further up. That's the orange skull he was talking about. So there's a skull here worth 100. And then there is a power station key. Books here, but nothing to read. And then in this, I think there are 100 more loot, total 570. Yep. So we gotta head back down here. I think there is something up here. Yeah, that's right, there's a noisemaker arrow on this ledge, but that's it. So a lot of tension in this building, but there is nothing to worry about. There's no dangers. Now this is closed. Okay. So now we can head back, and now we can operate the generator. There we go. Now we can operate this. There's a zombie there that just go back in. Here is a gold nugget. Actually, let's head this way. Here is a mine cave, mine shaft. This is actually the one that heads down here towards the bridge. Because we're headed west right now. Here's an apple, and there's a readable. It's cut off here. Ear. I heard this gate open by its own power. I made my way back just as it was closing again. Strange. I swore I heard voices as the gate was shutting. Later it happened again. I managed to push a barrel into the opening, but the weight of the gate crushed it. I don't have anything strong enough to hold it up. If I could get to the armory, I could find something to open it. I'll just sleep here until I hear the gate. Then I can crawl out and get help for everyone. So this readable is supposed to give you a hint that you need to head to the armory first before you can go through this gate. Because as you guys see, there's a closed gate here that did not open from the generator behind us. And there are some corpses here, so there's bones, so somebody probably got crushed already. So we probably have to find a way into that armory first. There, he sees us. get through here. That's where we need to get. So we okay, we're gonna have to wait a little bit more then. Wait another round, I guess. So where we were is probably the farthest we can go with that zombie this close. Okay. It's very difficult to sneak on gravel, I'll tell you. Very difficult to get a proper foothold. There, we got it. Let's wait for him to turn around again. Dead end here with some bones. That he heard too. Okay, now we are underground. Or underwater. Okay. Here's a closed gate. Pay attention to that. And over here, there's another closed gate. And up here we can go. There's stairs here. This is the control room. Here's a zombie. Okay. Wait for him to come back there. There. This just has a loud vase in it. And this is a recovery log. March 6th, ornate vase, beautiful inlaid gems. March 6th, wooden stake, bloody. March 6th, wicker basket, tattered. March 7th, human hand, petrified, notified the watch. March 7th, metal nugget, gold. March 9th, yet another hammer, added to crate. March 9th, plain vase, dropped, didn't break. So that plain vase is in there, and they made a note of pointing out that they don't break when you drop them. All right. Let's head in here. Now in that room that zombie is in, there are 2 footlockers that are both pickable. Now this zombie has a very unfortunate patrol route. First of all, it's short, so that he will hear us picking those 2 locks. There are 2 pieces of loot, a vase, both of them were mentioned in the readable, in the log, a vase worth 500, and a nugget worth 180. So there's a total of 680 loot here that we can't take for Supreme. It is actually fairly difficult to get that loot for Ghost, because I'm not sure if you saw, but the zombie actually flips around when he gets to the end of the patrol, and then does a little half turn again. Let me see if I can show that to you. See that? He goes the opposite direction, and it seems like he gets snagged on one of the tables there. And that makes it very difficult for anyone to sneak back behind him. So there's a method to doing this in for Ghost, where you have to actually take turns and go in and take a little bit at a time and accept the first alert from the zombie. So I'm not going to do that here, but if you want to check out how that method is done, then I will do that in my segmented run to get all the loot for that mission. Or for that run. So we are going to read this. Sewer gate operation. Each lever corresponds to an individual gate. Flip only the necessary lever. Activating all 5 levers at once will reset all 5 gates to a closed position. This prevents open passage through the sewer. With great foresight, the Order of the Hammers has installed this 5-point sewer gate system ahead of the strong channel currents. This ensures no object of substantial size will pass freely through without chance for inspection. Since the gates were put into place, many items of monetary or sentimental value have been recovered. Refer to the log for specifics. All found items must be turned in and logged. Stealing items will lead to imprisonment.
Could you possibly be any more helpful?
So notice here that 1, 2, and 1, 2 are the only ones open. So those were the 2 that we needed to be open to come in here. 3, 4, and 5 are closed. So that's how we have to have it when we leave. Okay? So we are actually going to open 4 and 5 now. We will close this door when we return to reset everything later on. So it's only 3 now that is closed. Didn't hear that. So that's 3. That's closed. We're going to go back here. And that was 1, the one that we just went through. This is where we came from. And over here we have number 5. Now we are under what seems to be toilets. The sewage system of some sort. So in here there are 3 water arrows and 3 moss arrows. They're in the different drains here. 1 moss here, 3 water arrows, 2 more moss arrows, and then there should be a purse right there. It's worth 100. Total 770. And this is gate number 4. And that actually takes us all the way back to the starting cave. But we are not going to use that. Just needed to get that piece of loot. Now we have to close 4 and 5 because those we don't need to have open anymore, and we have to open number 3. Oh. So I opened 3 first, which means that all of them closed. So now I have 1, 2, and 3 open. There. So now 3 is open. Okay. So now we are actually in this room right here. The control room takes us back up to this location. Or, we haven't been here before. But this is another type of workroom. Here's a dead guy, it seems, and 2 readables. 10th of March. Word reached us that something happened at the old cathedral, and the dead were roaming the streets, killing everything in sight. James and I holed up here to wait it out, but it wasn't more than an hour before the dead came scratching at the door. I admit I'm no fighter. James wasted no time jumping down the shaft into the currents that lead to the asylum. I wonder if he made it. I haven't the courage to jump down or unbolt the door, so I wait here for help. If I starve to death, take my wages. They are stuffed behind the tank. Okay, we'll look for them. Eric, I don't care if you're afraid of the Matron. I have permission from the High Priest to use that part of the asylum to get through the sewers. Just put on some old clothes, jump down into the tube, and walk straight across the hall to the tube on the other side. That will spit you right out into the sewer at the other end of the mines near the armory. If that lady gives you any trouble, then send her my way. Personally, I think she's a handsome woman. Kimmel. So behind the tank. Okay. Over here, 2 stacks of copper coins and 1 stack of silver coins. Total 792. Yep. And then this is what's called the big drop on the map. I'm going to make a real set here. And then we can drop. Now you can see that the currents are very fast here. As you can see, we get snagged on a couple of rocks, which is good. Because there's an artifact here. The other end there's a ladder. And then down here, I think there's a single broadhead arrow at the bottom. Yes, there is. A little big world music as well. Don't think there's anybody around here. Before that guy comes. Alright. Here you can see that there's a ledge on the opposite side where that ghost is again. And that is actually that hammerite alerting to that ghost. It is. It was not alerting to me. It can't do that from where I'm standing. And I've heard that before. So there are a couple of areas where different enemies alert to each other. There's one other time when it does that. So we cannot get over... I guess you can technically get over that gap. There's a lava pit here. There's nowhere to attach a rope arrow from this side. And there's a dead thief, it looks like, on the other side, too. So we're going to get over there a little bit later. Oh! I did not save it, man. So Sorry about that. I was sure that I'd saved it when I got out here. I don't think there's anything else in this room. There's actually a flash bomb on the table over here. That's it. Flash bombs are very effective, of course, against the undead, but we don't need it. Now it didn't alert for some reason. So we have now headed down south. Should be south to this area. Door was open, I didn't know that. In this you have a water arrow. And there's also a diary here. Hast failed the builder. So I was repairing a broken seam in the return tube with Brother Renault, and we sparked the phosphor filling the crack. The entire side of the pipe was blown asunder. I know it's not where Brother Renault came to rest for. I was washed very swiftly into the grating. Now the entire flow is spilled out under the gateway bridge. This shall surely upset the Matron. She already despises me. It does not help she heard me call her the witch in green. Okay. Go down into this sewage system. And down at the bottom of this tube is another piece of loot. A diamond. Okay, so this is where they blew open the pipe. And the water that's down there has spilled out from this pipe, that's why it's empty. And there is the broken bridge up top. So this is the bridge area. We can't get into that area from here, but it's previewing where we're going to be in not too long. Here's a fruit, if you're collecting such things. And now we're actually going to get to the armory key. So we can open up that drain. And the armory key is at the bottom of this little tunnel. There. We're going to end up going back and closing this drain, so I'm not going to do that right now. There was a readable here. Maybe not. Okay. This is a pickable footlocker. And there's a healing potion, so that we don't need. And there is a diary here as well. 8th of March. Between the damned City Watch barking at us constantly and Skeeve dropping the damned armory key down the hatch, this is shaping up to be one hell of a day. I will just keep to myself until I can find work elsewhere. I could help out at the blacksmith again, but something about that building gives me the shivers. I swore once, while forging a sword, I saw what looked like a small child watching me from the stairwell. I suppose I'll go ask the smithy to make a new armory key. I'll be damned if I swim through the sewers to fetch the other one. I was sure that there was a readable down here. Did that disappear when And I came up from this direction, maybe. I told you guys I'm playing on a laptop, and it's not always that easy to see things in very dark locations for me. I thought I remembered the readable was on top of this panel, but maybe not. Wait that zombie out. So we're now actually back at the mines here. That was not my intention. Down here, there's a piece of loot. Yeah, I think that readable maybe disappeared once I took the armory key from that end. Perhaps. So a gold nugget here. So now we're almost coming full circle here. Now we can come back to the generator room. Coming out through the other gate that was open here. There we go. And that checks off finding our way into the armory. So you don't actually have to take anything here. So in here we have a flash bomb right here, and we've got a couple of broadheads, 2 broadhead arrows. And this is a pickable. One of these is pickable and has 2 water arrows, I think. Then there is a diary that we can read over here. 4th day of March. I've been meeting with Lady Aversa at the gate in the back of the mine. Every night around the same time I wait for her at the portcullis. She soon appears just under the light at the end of the tunnel. She's a truly terrifying woman. Her ways seem more like pagan magic than blessings from the builder. But until I can manage to leave the city, she has me tightly in her grasp. Even still, these exchanges are in my favor. I simply bring her any strange artifacts I uncover in the mines. She rewards me with gold, and I can only assume she taps from the Hammerite Asylum rabble. I continue to unearth odd trinkets in the eastern sector and trade them with her. I suppose I'll be seeing that green dress saunter in the light even tonight. Okay, so we have to then return the armory key, and we'll do that right now. And then we have to return the power station key, but that we have to do a little bit a different way, because we can't leave if we close the gates. Pretty close to this area, so I'm telling you that sneaking on gravel is just pain. Okay, so what we have to do here for this to actually fall down drop it like that, and then we have to flip that and close the drain. $1,067, that's max loot for Supreme in the mines when we're done with the mines. So we have to return the power station key now, but we have to close the gates as well that generator opened. So how do we do that? Well, there's actually two ways of doing that. I'm going to use the one way that I found easier. And that's by blocking the gate with this crate over here. That. There. Let's just test this. Okay, we should be able to get through here. Okay, let's try one more time. Because this I have definitely done before. not sure why this is not working, because this I've done. There we go. So you have to actually push it through. That's how you do it, okay. You have to walk up against it until you push the crate through, and then you will inch your way forward as you do that. So... we can then go back and return the power station key. To the top floor. Can get caught by this zombie, actually. So my ghost challenge for this mission for you guys is to show me the second way without using that crate to return the power station key and leave with these gates closed. So that's my ghost challenge for this mission. There we go. And now, of course, we have to return this crate. There. And now we can't forget that we have to close the gate from the sewer control room. All these years I still am not good at saving. So only gate 3, or the third one, the third lever should be open. Yeah, this one. It's the one we have to close. So Supreme requires you to reclose everything and reset everything to the original configuration, and that's what I'm doing right now. It sometimes requires a little bit of fiddly back and forth, and in this mission that's the case, maybe even more so than some other missions you'll see towards the end of the run. There. Don't forget to close that as well. Then everything should be reset, and we return the armory key, we return the power station key. There. So now we have to go back this way, of course. Now, if we head down to where that guy said that he met the guy from the armory, said he met the Matron every day. Now there's something here. Okay. So she might think that we're the armory guy, I'm not sure. When she turns on the lights, realizes that we're not that person. She disappears and the lights turn off. So these lights turn off because we are moving through the mines, but they were off the first time, at least partially, and it's really not us doing it. So that's not a bus to Supreme. So now we are... See the hole in the pipe over there? That's where we were earlier. We walked through that, and we could see from that exploded pipe the area down below. But now we're actually in the bridge area. That warrants another resave, I think. We're going to make a big jump and land in the water here. That, and over here, I can't hardly see anything in this water. There's a broadhead arrow, I think. 2 broadhead arrows. And there's a gold nugget in here. It's on the south side, and then on the north side, there's a patrolling zombie, but there is a piece of loot there as well, and that's actually pretty difficult to get for Supreme. Because it's in the water, and you have to get in the water right by that zombie, so we're instead going to go ahead and walk over there like this. There. There's also a healing potion you can see on the ground right by him. Slow sneaking here is all you need to do. That's all there really is down here at the bottom of the bridge area. Let's see. I don't know if you can jump up to the other. You can. Head all the way up here. It seems like there are tons of places to go in this area, but there really is not. You can jump around on some of these features. You cannot get up to the streets up there. This is the way in, and Garrett's going to say that.
This looks like the way in.
Okay. Goodness me. There. Okay. So over here there's a sleeping zombie, so be careful. And then there's a water arrow in this footlocker. There is a readable. There is a haunt that you can see patrolling behind this door. This door is not operational, it's broken. Brother Keble, thou post is nary difficult. Hammers spill off the line into our blessed water, which cools them henceforth. Strikest each hammer upon the block. If one should break, smelt the remains. If it should hold, pass it down the chute. Shouldst thou be unable to complete this task, I shall have no choice but to send thee back to the coal chamber. Cold on station matters not. In the forge, productivity is required. Surely thine father wouldst agree, Brother Malice. So once we're up here, we can't get caught by that zombie. So we're going to sneak down here. Down the coal chute. We're going to come out into the foundry, or the smelting factory down here. Here we are. Now we can take a look at the map. So this is the foundry. We came out right here now, and there is a walkway above, and there is some control rooms over on the east side. There's also an unknown area over here on the west, and that's the foundry. It's not too big, but there are different levels here. So the level below is a basement where there's not hardly any information, but there's a couple of connecting chutes here on the sides. The level above is the observation area. That's an area we can't get to yet, because to get in there you need a key, as you see. But that is a prison cell location with 15 cells. There's a lift that gets you through all the different levels of the asylum. Or, we're not at the asylum just yet, but the top floor is the asylum. Or a cathedral, I guess, with an asylum with it. This is the kitchen and barracks area. This is the area we were in earlier. We walked across here, but there was a lava pit where the bridge was broken. So there's a dining hall, there's a kitchen. Caution, prisoners were often locked inside. And there's the lift again, you see. And this is the main hall of the asylum. Front entrance, there's no exit or access there. But there's the matron's office, and there's a couple of stairs that go up to an upper area that there's no map for. No, there is. Okay, this is the balcony on the upper area, and then this can take you to an office of some sort, and that's actually the High Priest's office, and down to the treatment room, which would be the last place we'll visit. So this is the top floor of the asylum. So we're gonna leave into the control rooms up there. We're going to take a couple pieces of loot over here first. Silver nugget. Turn around, go in here. Another silver nugget here, total 1267. No, 1367. Like I said, on the laptop the screen is so small that I can hardly even read the numbers. Okay, this is some kind of a big vat with ventilation. Seems to be some area we can be up here too, but we can't get there right now. Okay. We can drop here, and you can actually see that there are fire arrow over there. I think there's 2 of them. Yeah, there you go. 2 fire arrows that are hanging from the underside. Fire arrows are obviously very useful against haunts. And against zombies. And this way. So this is one way you can get to the basement. And there's a purse here. However, to get through this area, you have to break these boards, and that is property damage, and that's not allowed for Ghost or Supreme. So you can't go there. 1467 total. Okay, this is a walkway up there with that haunt you saw from above. I have not found a way to get up to that walkway from down here. Maybe there's some kind of nifty way of doing it, but I haven't found it. And there is a different way to get up there, so... we're going to use that other method instead. Not that way. Should be able to jump here without making noise. Maybe we can just do this instead. This is all metal. This is the assembly line, of course, for the production of hammers. We stand in the middle, that's it. So we have to get up to that walkway later, but we can't do that from here. Okay, here is a box that is pickable. That we're going to pick open because there's loot in it. Pair of glasses, total 1517, and then there's a diary. These young workers cannot appreciate fine craft and skill. From this loft I forged tenfold the amount of hammers that 3 men can make down in the main factory. My hammers are much stronger. 100 extra strikes before the first sign of failure, hence why I hold position as head of the Foundry. Still, such responsibility comes with issues. My spectacles continue to disappear, even though I am the only one allowed in this room. Now I must keep them locked up, for they remain untouched. Also, I worry over the lava flows. These Hammerites are a crafty lot, but lava has a mind of its own. It won't be long before the liquid fire starts pouring in through the cracks in the walls. Okay. So we have to head down here. There's another stationary zombie down here. I thought there was carpet all along here. Okay, we're going to click the button because I know that the elevator's at the top floor when we start. Otherwise, it would be very, very important to know where the elevator is. Never click a button until you can see the elevator. Because for Supreme, you have to return it to its original location, and it was at the top floor. It takes a long time for it to get down. That's why I'm doing this. So that lockpick is necessary. If you could have broken the boards like I showed you earlier, then it wouldn't be necessary, but it is. Make another real save here. Good. Now we're going to go to the bottom floor. Okay. Some fruit here, carrot and cucumber. It's a readable. Brother Leland, must I continue to suffer this intolerable waiting? The elevator machine, though sturdy and sure to work for a century, takes far too long to reach me down to the crawl. I resorted to pressing the button and returning to work until I hear the platform reach the bottom. Builder forbids someone else call for it. In the meantime, 2 nights ago I waited half the night for its arrival. Please do what you can to hasten this wretched mechanism, Brother Harlan. And this... might be safe here, I'm not sure. We are not. So he turns around right away there. This zombie is over here, and then there is a apparition over on that side. And I actually think this zombie can... Yeah. See, it's not seeing me right now. See? Just so you guys know, that was not an alert from him seeing me. I'm in almost a perfect shadow, and he wasn't close enough to me to see me. He actually saw the apparition over there. And that's happened to me before. When I was at the very opposite end last time, it did exactly the same thing. Okay. One of these footlockers is empty, I think, and the other one is pickable, and you can find 6 broadheads. Head over here. Here's a spider. And there is a fire arrow there if you're interested in that. We're going to head in to the actual chute here. Not sure if he saw me or heard me or what he did. This might take a while because it's difficult to go fast here. Yeah. You can hear the zombie is going into hunt mode every single time it gets over to them. I don't know if they're actually going to end up fighting here, because they might. I've never seen that happen, so...
What?
That would kind of be awesome. I don't want to make any sound because that actually is indicating that he might see me now or spot me. So we're headed north. There's a gold nugget over here at the very, very end of this chute. Total 1642. And then we should be able to mantle up here directly, I hope. Yeah, we should be able to do that. Without making any noise. Okay, now we get to a big water tank. Over there, you can see, I think, a noisemaker arrow. And there are 2 moss arrows that's hanging from underneath. Let me actually drop it here, and you can probably see those. There they are, 2 of them. In here, there are some corpses. It's kind of a eerie place. At the very bottom in the middle, there should be a ring. Yeah. Worth 100, total 1942. No, that's worth 300. And now we have to drop back down. It's not hearing me now. It's too far away, but now it might. You can hear that it's constantly alerted now from that apparition. Not sure if that's intentional, but... So now we have to head upstairs, and we're just going to go through each level. Getting onto the elevator from this level is actually quite difficult, because I get a clang every time I do that. Hoping it would go longer or farther in that direction. So that clang we cannot have. Actually, it might not be seeing me here. It might be seeing... Yeah, there's no way it saw me there. Supposed to go up into... Okay, we can't sneak onto the elevator without making noise then. I didn't know you could do that. There's no way that it's seeing us here. We're gonna actually enter a secret area. Here. That wasn't it. Sorry. We have to go up higher than that. That was actually the Foundry entrance. So let's go one more up. There. Here. So this is not one of the floors that's on the map, but it's a secret exit from the elevator shaft. So now we can get to the walkway with the haunt from earlier. Across here and be dark. Man, I found it a lot easier to sneak. There we go. Good, you gotta get out of that middle area, it's pretty dark. So a couple of, I think, broadheads here. There's a purse, more importantly. Here and try to follow him back. 2042, that's what we should have. You're only dark on this side of the walkway. Not on the other side. Saw me there too. Good. I think we're safe here. Nice. That's a difficult piece of loot to get. Because you can't go up on the railings either. They see you below because of the lava vats. The cauldrons will light you up. He heard that. Okay. That isn't the only place we can get to from this little secret tunnel. Go up here. And now we are above the vat that we visited earlier and saw these rafters from below. So here is a servant, or some civilian. The necklace, worth 200, total 2242, and a readable. I'm so sorry, Hannah. Something has happened at the asylum. I never should have come here. I was taking the elevator to the kitchen when everyone started to scream. I don't know what's going on. I wait for the noises to stop. I'm too scared to move. My lantern is low. All I have left is your necklace. It gives me hope. Nothing else up here. I like how this mission, even though it's fairly linear in where you have to go, it ties certain sections together where you can't access one area fully, you can see it only, and then you get to that area later. So it loops around in certain areas that are quite interesting. It makes the mission seem less linear, even though the author is forcing the player in a certain direction. I like that. There's nothing wrong with making a mission fairly linear. You have to force the story in a certain direction, but you can do that in clever ways. And for a first-time creation, if this indeed is a first-time author, then it's very impressive. We're gonna head up to the kitchen area now. That's the next floor up, I think. No. This is observation. Okay. We're not going to go there. We don't have the key for that. Kitchen and barracks. This one is open. We don't want to pick the lock on that lift door to the observation room, and we don't have the key for the cells in there anyway. We'll get that later. Make a real save. Barracks and kitchen. We've actually been on this floor before. Go over here. This is the entrance to the kitchen or dining area. We were at the other side of this lava pit. So now we see the dead thief, and he has a purse. 2342. And then there is a rope arrow next to him, and that should be a hint that we should use one up there. You can also hear an apparition. He's on the floor below. Let's see. Up here, a very cleverly hidden loot item here. Goblet. If we do that, we can go back to the other side. Nice, on the first try. So that goblet was worth 15, total 2357. And then we're going to head into the kitchen. Or the dining room with the kitchen adjoined to it. And there's a little bit of tricky stuff going on here. There's a stationary zombie, and there's a stationary haunt in the kitchen itself. In here you can find 2 apples of cheese, 2 deer legs. And then there's some more food in the kitchen. We're going to head into the bathroom first. There. 2 water arrows here. I believe there's a ring. One of these stalls, at least. There. A small one. Worth 100, total 2457. There's an audio cue actually that Garrett will give. Try to trigger that.
Must be the maid's night off.
There, I don't want that alert, so. Anyway, so let me show you something here real quick. Here's the haunt, you can hear him. This is the entrance to the kitchen. If we go through this doorway, the gates that we came in through will close. See that? So what is intended for you to do is to go through here. So then we will drop down in the water tank, where the bodies probably have been thrown down after being killed. And that's how you loop back to this location. Of course, we're not going to do that. Instead, what you can do, which I'm not sure was intended or not, you can lean through and open. To actually physically lean through. And open the gate again. Now, I'm not sure if that's considered an engine exploit or what it is. I guess it technically is, but the bars are so far between that you should be able to do that anyway. But just in case some of you might think it's a bust, I'm not going to do that either. There's a way to avoid those gates closing entirely. We can head into the kitchen a different way. And as long as we stay on this right side in the kitchen here, we should not trigger those to close. There are 2 deer legs, one on this side, one on the other side. And there's a bottle of wine right here. There is a fire arrow as well that you can get in the fireplace there. But we're not going to go in there that way at all. I did that last time too, I remember. You accidentally take the crate behind the door instead.
Must be the maid's night off.
Okay, we gotta go out through the other...
Must be the maid's night off.
the other doorway here. Okay, let's see here. So we are going to head up to the asylum. And we are actually going to go back the way we came. So we want to go up by the lift. So let's just take the lift all the way up then. So we are in on the next top floor here. So we are now, you can see, in the northwest corner. This is the stairs back down again. So we are basically here. This is where the lift comes up. So this is the location we are in right now. It's a little bit difficult to navigate, even though it's a rectangular area, because all the corners look quite similar and have stairs in them. So anyway, back here, so this is the floor that lift it will be on, so we will leave it there. There are 2, there's another one back here, 2 pickable footlockers with 1 rope arrow and a flash bomb, so we don't need that. But there they are. So this is the main chapel area. There is a stationary haunt down here, and there is a stationary hammer priest. There's also a patrolling haunt that comes down here, but he goes upstairs too. I'm gonna go up here, up these stairs. Now, as you can see, something's happened here because this whole area has been completely removed. There's also another haunt up there on that ledge, but he can't, or it can't see us from here. So we're going to drop down here real quick. And here's a body. You can notice that this body suspiciously resembles the ghost that we've been seeing in different places. The Matron's key, so maybe the person we've been seeing is the Matron then. Matron Aversa. Isn't that what she was called? So there's the haunt you see I said was patrolling. Oh, come on. That hammer priest is a zombie, by the way. I didn't say that. There's nothing else to pick up in this general location here. There's only in the corners by the stairs, at least for loot. There are 2 water arrows in this pool. Might seem fairly bright in here, but well, here it is. But it isn't too bad. This is the main entrance. You can't get in or out there. Okay, I'm just gonna check something real quick. Good. There is a zombie up there that traditionally has gotten stuck from me, but I heard him patrol now, so I think we're good. Here's a gold vase, worth 100. In this room there is a holy water vial on top of this broken font here. Here. So we're now coming up the stairs on this side. We have to get over here. We got spotted by the haunt. We should be able to do this without getting spotted, though. Yeah, we can't run over. There. So here's a dead thief. There are 2 candlesticks. That's important for us. I can't remember if these... Yeah, there's 1 rope arrow, 1 broadhead here. So we don't need those. If I would take a 2nd rope arrow, it would be this one. But like I said earlier, I'm going to try to do this. I think the haunt is coming back up here. I'm going to do this mission with only 1 rope arrow, which we currently have. This haunt has a long patrol. My goodness. Let's save it, how about? We are now going to head into the High Priest office, which is over here. And we can get spotted by that zombie over there. Let's see. So this haunt is going to be a problem. We can get this. Candlestick. But it's difficult. There's not much in it here. We have to lean forward. There. We're going to do the same thing with the other one. Good. Now we gotta get up here. Like that. It's the only way to get across this fallen staircase here. That's where we picked up the Matron's key. So we are going to need to leave this rope here. Do that without getting spotted. That haunt can still give alerts. And we need to jump up again onto that rope when we leave here. There we go. Okay. So in here, this is the high priest, but he's dead. Here's a gold goblet. And there is a bottle of wine. We take the loot first. And then there's a pickable chest back here. Goblet 25, bottle of wine worth 50, and then there's a nugget in here worth 150, I think. Yes. Here is a piece of cheese on a tray. There is a key. That's the observation key that we need. That will gain us access to the cells on the observation floor. Then there's a readable. Whence did I become so careless? The chaos ensued and my preparation was too hasty. 'Twas down in the observation hold when word came. Something at the cathedral. The dead were coming alive, attacking the living. I grabbed my key and ran for the elevator. I reached the stairs and set 3 mines before retreating to my desk. The screams began shortly after. It was not long before I heard the mines explode. No going back now. I intended to escape down through the treatment room. Alas, therein lies my folly. In my haste I mistook the key for the treatment room with one of the observation keys. I shan't wait any longer. I won't listen to my brethren suffer so. I have 1 vial of poison. Builder, forgive me. So he grabbed the observation key instead of the treatment key, and he poisoned himself afterwards. Okay. Father Nevrath, I must insist that you locate my rosary. Last time I had it was in the treatment room. As you have refused to provide me with the key, the responsibility to find it lies with you. How can you expect me to cleanse these imbeciles' pagan minds without brandishing the blessed symbol of the builder? Shall I remind you of my status as head of operations? 1 word to the high priest, and you'll be on the other side of the city, combing the abyss for runes. Mark my words. Matron Aversa. Okay. So if we go back here, this is the entrance to the treatment room, but it requires a key then. So the observation key that we took right now we're going to need, and go back and get the treatment room key. But of course we have to return the observation key and the treatment room key and the matrix key. Let's see. I'm hoping that we actually can get up on this. We can. Yes. Good. Take that. And then leave. We should have 3032, that's correct. Now, in order to get back down here, with only one rope, since Supreme sort of disallows taking unnecessary things. And that haunt came right then. Okay. Maybe we can wait for that haunt to pass and then go. Now we don't have any rope arrows. He turns around there. I wasn't sure how far he went. Here's our holy water vial. They saw that, okay. A little quicker here, but we can do this. Gotta get these two also. Go. So now we are coming down this staircase here. So we need to get to the matron's office, which is in the northwest corner then. This is an empty pool because it's broken. This is the southwestern, not northwestern. Let's see. Yeah, it goes that way. So this is the matron's office, and in here there are 2 water arrows, and there are 2 coins, I believe. Worth 10 each. And here, 2 more candlesticks, and a readable. I hereby vow to hold sacred the virtues of the Blessed Builder. I swear to exercise all means within my power to restore sanity among the craven, the forsaken, and the ill. This oath shall remain true for as long as the city is plagued with this unholy scourge. I will only rest when all manner of beasts have accepted the hammer upon their wretched souls. Affirmation of vigilance, matron of healing, Hammerite order. Okay, so this seems to be a contract or something, a vow that she has signed or pledged to keep. If we... There. There's a secret entrance into a back layer of some sort. There's a fruit on the table. And some heads on an altar. And there is the rosary, I assume. Golden skull, worth 100, total 33.52. There's another book here. How much longer must I suffer appeasing these dreadful Hammerites? I can't very well go excavating the mines myself, can I? So I continue to wait. It should not be long before my contact in the mines locates something of use. For now, I have only acquired a heap of silly trinkets, good for hexing rosary, but not much else. Perhaps it's only a matter of time before he brings me the eye himself, or itself. How grand that would be! There is still plenty of time. When the day comes, I will march headlong to Father Neurath's office with the trickster's grace firmly in hand. Then I can claim the entire city, soul by soul. So the matron is definitely not what it seems like she is. Oh yeah, that's right. In order to close this, you have to flip the switch back here. The only way to close it. Now we have to head to the... Let's make a real save here. We have to go to the observation room now. To do that, we can go down here. That takes us to the kitchen and barracks, but we have to go through that. It's easier than crossing upstairs anyway. So we go over here. Go down and get to the observation room. Nope, it should be here, shouldn't it? Yeah. So this door we have to pick. It was either that or picking the lift. One of those two has to be picked. So I'll pick this one. So now we're going to come to the bottom of the lava pool that we could see from above. I have not found a way to descend from that lava pool in here. So I have not been able to figure out... Whoa, what happened there? In all my years of Thief, I have not been able to figure out first alerts for these apparitions. I don't think they have any. So, then it's okay. If you can't detect an alert, then you can't... You can't claim it as a bust, or you won't claim it as a bust. Here is the matron again. There's a gate that isn't possible to open now. Okay, so now we are in the prison area, and there are 15 cells, 5 in each part of the prison here, and there's a control panel in the middle. So we have to be a little bit careful because the inmates can actually see us. These are the lights, I think. Let's read the log. Observations, 9th of March. 1. Mingus. Rambles constantly, never sleeps, claims to be multiple people. 3. Barnaby. Complains of chronic pain, no signs of physical injury, does not like to be touched. 5. Nelsa. Keeps stealing keys and coins. No shiny object is secure when she is out of her cell. So, number 5 is interesting. 8. Arafin. Okay, that's the guy we're getting. Began the day in his cell, threatened the matron, and was moved to the treatment room. That is important information. 9. Kabul, not looking well today. Skin has a gray tone. Matron has denied him food for 8 days. 12. Brother Thomas entered the cell by his own volition, has been staring at the wall for hours. 14. Nettle, keeps to himself, always mumbling, whimpers when the matron is around, fascinated with finding earth crystals and dropping them down his cell drain. Okay. So we will need to open a cell here, and if we go over here, you can see that there's a hole in the floor of this cell, and this is cell number 5. That should be this one. In cell number 2, there is a healing potion in the back corner of it. Now you heard that there was something opening. So here is Nelsa. And here are 2 stacks of coins and a gold nugget and a treatment room key. Great. Also, what's down here? Three water arrows. And these are the 3 moss arrows that was talked about, earth crystals. Actually, we can go up a different way. This is actually Brother Thomas. He is no longer in cell 12. So when we come back to return the treatment room key, then we will close up everything. I see. I can't tell if that's a first floor or what it is. It makes that sound all the time. So there, it sounded like he made a remark of some sort, so I want to avoid that. There. So now we're going to head upstairs. All the way back up to the top floor. Let me see. Well... Yeah, we gotta return the matron's key. At some point. Let's think about how we can do that. And for the life of me right now, remember how I did it. Because I don't want to take the second rope. But we gotta return this key. But once we go down there to return it, we can't get back up to this ledge. So when we go back here to return the treatment room key, we have to return that matron's key. Okay, that's what we gotta do. Yeah. So now we have the observation key, the matron key, and the treatment room key. The observation key we need one more time to go down to the cells to return the treatment room key. And the matron key we can return on our way back after having delivered the treatment room key. The problem right now is that we have to... We can open the treatment room gate. That. The problem is that we got to return the treatment room key, but we also have to relock this door. So how do we do that? Well, if we had had an object in our inventory, like a potion or something, we could have dropped that here and blocked the gate. And then after returning the treatment room key, we could have just taken the item and this door would have locked behind us. But we don't have such an item. The only item we have is the note to Garrett, but that doesn't drop. So this is an unfortunate situation. So the best way to do this for Supreme that I've found is take this tray. Block the gate like this, and then that will be in a constant closing motion here. And then when we come back, we can take the tray and toss it over here so that it gets pretty close to the table. It won't land on the table, but it'll get pretty close. And at least then we can return all the keys and lock up the gate. The fact that a tray has fallen on the floor, I think, is the smallest bust we can possibly take here. For Supreme. It's better than not returning a key and not relocking a gate, to me. Further away, shall we? There, it's the speed. It's not the how lit up I am, it's how fast I'm moving, because he's so far away, that haunt. It doesn't alert anything else, really. Oh, you saw that too. Wow. There. It's just a tiny little jump. There. This is tedious, to go back and forth like this. It's a little bit of a key hunt here on this mission, and for Supreme, key hunts can become very tedious. That haunt is coming. Gotta hide. We have the right amount of loot. We're only missing one piece of loot that we're gonna get in the treatment room. Fall here. Can I drop here successfully? I don't think so. Oh! If I land on the in the corner there, let's see if I can do that. That worked. Then we can go back down. So now we've blocked the treatment room gate. We need to go further down, don't we? No. Yes, we do. We need to go further down.
Sicher das wahrscheinlich furchtbar weg. Ist nur sich. Belíssimo.
to make sure that we close up everything here as well. Let's do that. This should be possible. I think we can mantle up that hole again. We have to return this key, which is the treatment room key now. We don't want to make a splash like that, because then that guy hears it. The other... That's good enough. It's not all the way at the bottom, but it's good enough. Gonna close. There. Close the gates. There's a skull on top of the light there. I don't think I actually saw that last time. There, I heard a difference in his sound cue. So that to me, maybe, is the first alert. There, I didn't hear it. So now we have to return the matron's key on our way back up, right? And then we can go up. And then the problem is to bring the rope, because we can't leave the rope hanging. So we have to do something about that too. But let's deal with the matron's key first. Light up right here. No, we don't. I was sure we did. So we have to drop the matron's key. I don't think we can put it right where it was. Oh, that's close enough. Or... yeah, I think that is the best we can do right there. Nearest logical place. And we can't get up there, so we have to go up to get our rope again, or to use our rope to ascend one last time. So in the segmented run, I would not show you all this. I would sort of skip past the returning of the... See, now we light up. Odd. In the segmented run, I would skip past the returning of all these keys and everything. But this is the raw edition. And that's what Supreme is about. To make sure you leave all tracks cleaned up or covered, except for loot and objectives. Good. Coming up on a difficult move here, so I'm going to make a real save. Go through and see. So we have what we started with. Observation key we're going to leave in the High Priest office. We have the right amount of loot. And we haven't taken any weapons. We've gotten only one warp arrow. Good. So this is going to be a little tougher because we have to... I think we can do it from this ledge. Oh. I need to make sure I am as far out as possible here. So I'm going to save for each inch. Okay, that was a little bit too long. There. Let's try that. Actually, I'm probably going to do it from here because we need to be as close to the wall as possible too. We have to... We have to make sure that we shoot the rope like straight up. Because then it sticks as far down as possible. Let me make a real save here. I think that'll be good. Now we have to go down as far as we can. And see, once it doesn't light up any longer, we can go down a little bit and then jump and take the arrow. Did not work there. See, he sees us. That is what we cannot do. We have to jump, take the arrow, and then land on that statue, both without being seen and without taking damage, because either of those will bust Supreme here. We haven't busted Supreme yet. So that was good in terms of not getting spotted, but we took damage. There we go. No alert either. That is excellent. Second attempt. So that's how you do it. So, if you want to take a second rope arrow, I'm not sure if anybody would say that's a bust, but it is an unnecessary pickup because we've done it now with only one. And now we can hear the gate is still closing. So, now we have to return the observation room key to the table, and then we have to let me just show you. So that's what we have to do while we're standing in the opening here, and then we have to toss this tray. If we do that, it hits the statue, and it rounds the corner, and it lands somewhere around here. So it was under the cheese on that table, but that's as close as you can get it. So we can try a couple more times. I've tried it plenty of times, and I've never been able to get it onto the desk. But it's pretty predictable that you get it over here, so it looks like it just fell down from the desk. So I don't think that that is close enough to call it not a bust for Supreme. I think this is a bust. There you go, exactly the same spot. I think it is a bust, so I'm going to call it that, but it's a very small one because you're returning it as close as you can, nearest logical place, but you can, obviously, if you're standing here, easily. You can almost, like, put it right underneath the cheese again, if you want to. There. So that's what I would do if I could go over here, but I can't. don't think I hit that high enough. So you can't throw it if the gate is actually closed. Oh, that didn't go far enough. There. I think that's good enough. That's good enough. Where is the... There we go. So we have to take this elevator all the way down, and it's a long one. So just enjoy the shaft. That didn't sound right, but enjoy the elevator shaft in the meantime. Okay, this button is not operational. There is no button to raise the elevator back up. So you can't do that. So if there had been a little item down here and you could raise the elevator, then I could have done that, gone up and blocked the gate, and then brought that item with me and put it back down here. But since there isn't, and that isn't possible, then there's no way around it.
Oh, this is not good.
Okay. This is weird. So now we're in a huge cave with sort of an island with what looks to be the Matron over there. And then there are a couple of islands right out of the Lost City with ruins on it. A couple of fire elementals too. Sometimes she alerts when you are jumping towards these. Okay, she did there too. We can't get to that island without a second alert, because that is a ghost bust. And that we can't have. She alerts like an apparition. So that means she doesn't have first alerts. She only has direct to hunt mode. Maybe I can try to land on a mantle or something. Can't do that. I don't remember this being an issue when I played it the last time. So we can't have that second level alert. Let's hide back here and see. So I don't think she sees us there. No. So now we can actually sneak around here. So you can't really see it here, but you have the rosaries. The rosary on the pedestal in the middle. We have to get that in order to get out of this cave. And the only way to get it without taking a bus to Ghost is to push her forward.
What?
And that is a bus to Spring. Because it's an engine exploit, and engine exploits are only allowed as a last resort. This is a last resort, so it's allowed. Ghost is a last resort, but it's not allowed.
What?
I've tried to go from every single direction here and inch forward to get the rosary before she sees me, but I've never been able to. You can run in there and take it, but she still lurks. It's just that you'll be spawned, or you will spawn somewhere else, you'll disappear, you'll teleport. So you won't actually see her alert, but she will alert. So it's just in a different room.
What?
You do have to stare at her rear end for a little bit.
What?
To get there close enough. After that, we only have Every time she does a little shift with her body, that's when we can push her. I think that when you push, it's better to push a little bit from the side, the back. I don't know why, but straight from behind is not necessarily that efficient. This is tedious, of course, but we're almost there. For those of you that have seen my videos for a long time, for many years, you know that there are a lot more tedious videos that I've done before. Great halls. Pushed the spiders in Lost City, saving Caroline, that was extreme. There she sees us, okay.
I have a bad feeling about this.
There. We got it. So now we spawn back in the hallway. Or so it seems. So, and now we're in the treatment room. Okay. Here's the last piece of loot. A gold goblet. Total 3457. That is max loot for Supreme. And here's a book. Treatment, 10th of March. This shall be my final entry. Tonight I shall leave this cursed place. Though not without documenting these terrible events, or recent events. I have recorded the treatment of these people for nearly 2 decades now. Thieves, pagans, blasphemers, all manner of taffers. Only one managed to become my friend, the late Erefin. 'Twas truly a good man. He was fully cognizant of his predicament, and for that I pitied him. His brother Dolfo had killed a number of people in their youth, and poor Arifin was blamed for their slaughter. Now I shall recall the event that led to his demise. Then I shall leap down into the channel current and leave this place behind, as possibly its only survivor. Today was not like other days. That witch of a matron brought her usual lot to be tortured, but also brought my friend Arifin. He said something to her in observation that made her livid. When she was done, I comforted my friend. He would never hurt a fly. Even as she cranked the rack tighter, he put up no fight. He was innocent even to the very end. Arifin was still clinging to life when she left. Suddenly something terrible happened. Father Nurath's guards came down the elevator, but they were different. Their voices were haunting, a maniacal laughter and rattling that I will never forget. From the shadows I watched as they tore Arifin apart, but in my horror I remained vigilant. I lured them one by one into the cells and closed the doors. The worst part was watching all the misfortune that fell upon poor Arifin. I've collected what remains of him and locked it in my trunk. Perhaps someday I can return to collect him. Should anyone come across this journal, please share my story with the high priests. My name is Brother Stelmach. Let them know I fought bravely until the end. Furthermore, I implore you to return the way you came. I will take my key and lock the drain behind me to seal the dead inside, and the only spare key is on the belt of one of these cursed guards. Leave now and never return.
Sounds like I'm getting close.
Okay. Let us make a real save and I'll explain what's going on in this room. It's a weird room. You can hear some haunts around. So there are 4 of these pillars that have a door in them that are open. There's 1 patrolling zombie, and there is 1 or 2 stationary zombies, I think. This is the only haunt that isn't alive, so it's just a corpse. But in the other pillars, like here, and the other 2 on that side, there are stationary haunts. And those stationary haunts, as soon as you open the door, which you can do with the lever on the side, right here, they will start patrolling. You can open the door, and then you can pull the lever again to close the door, and then they will stop patrolling. And they have a set patrol route. Guess we have to sneak by here. Man. So, one of those haunts has a key. That's the key for the drain. The drain you can see in the middle of the floor right there. So we have to get that key. But we have to lock the drain. And there's no ladder down there, so we will just fall down into the drain. That's how we end the mission. And we have to lock the drain out, and we have to return the key for Supreme. We've already busted Supreme now, twice, at least 1.5. And the rules say that you can only return a key on the patrol route of the haunt. Now the haunt does not pass right over that drain as a part of its patrol route. This is the haunt in here that has the key. I took the key there. If I close this up again, see how the haunt stops? There. So I'm going to do something here. That haunt will come in the window behind there. I'll explain what I'm doing afterwards. There he is. Let's make a save here. Let's see if that's okay. Oh. There's a zombie. Yeah. perfect, actually. Now the zombie is stopped here, and that should be a very good location for us. Okay. I think maybe I shouldn't have him go that far. Maybe a little bit less. I think that was a little bit too far. Okay, I think that's perfect. I think we can try that. So now I have positioned him in a way that when we unlock this for locker, which is where Airfin's body parts are found, the matron and her fiends are going to spawn, and the haunts are going to fight her, because she's not a friend of the Hammerites. And we need the haunt to be in a position where he will see the matron and then run over so that he crosses above the drain. Because then we can legally drop the key back next to the drain, because that's on his route. I know it's not on his patrol route, but it's where he would have walked, or where he did walk. So the point is that he should be able to have dropped the key there. That's the only place we can put it. So that is what we have done right now. So I'm going to pick the lock here, and then this will happen. This event will take place. Let's see. That didn't work, so let us... We might have waited a little bit too long to stop him. Okay, let's see if that works. That is perfect. We're gonna make a real save there. I think that's perfect. So now he passed over the drain. We have to be hidden here. So what we have to make sure happens now is that the Craymen need to die. Those are on the matron side. And the matron needs to kill everybody else, which she will, because she is not... I don't think she can be killed. Let's see. She sends out air elementals. Oh. They actually killed her. I didn't know that. Okay, there's no way we can have that happen. We need to have her kill the others. I didn't know that was possible. So now the one Crayman didn't die. And I don't think we can have that, but that was better. I think she only needs one more shot on him now. She's good. If he maybe can kill her, he will... I don't know what he will do. She can't get a shot in because every time she tries to, he sort of interrupts her and she starts her animation over again. There we go. She doesn't react to us, you see that? She is not reacting to us right now. And now she has to, we have to lock the drain and then drop down. And drop the key. She's actually shooting the corpses because she is locked in on one of those corpses. Because the zombies are not dead, right? The zombies are still alive. They're just sleeping zombies, so she's trying to attack them. So she's not reacting to us here. Did not do that. We didn't manage to. It's just very difficult to maneuver this way. Okay, so now I managed to do it, I just wasn't fast enough. There. We got it. I do not have the key anymore. Thief fan mission. by Phantom. So this is the end sequence. I like this. To be continued. That's nice. Here's Adolfo then, I guess. And then it looks like there is a ghost or something next to him there at the end. I couldn't really tell who that was. There seems to be somebody there. Good. So that was a successful ghost of the Burning Bedlam. That took us 1 hour, 57 minutes, 29 seconds. We found 3457 loot out of 4137. We skipped 680 loot. We skipped 2 pieces of loot in the control room in the sewers by the mines. A vase worth 500 and a gold nugget worth 180. So that's the 680. We picked 1 pocket, and that was the sewer key at the end. The other 2 pickpockets we did not need to pick. Locks picked 6. And no backstabs or knockouts or damage dealt taken or healing taken, and nobody and nothing killed. Great, I love this mission. I think this is a very nice, especially since it's a first entry by an author, a new author. I like undead missions if they're done in a way that is clever. And this is an exploration puzzle mission in addition to being undead, and it has a nice story to it. It makes sense, and there's some abstract areas as well, like the lava cave. But there's a clear villain, there's a nice fight at the end there, and the progression is rewarding throughout. A little bit of fiddly back and forth with all the keys, especially for Supreme when you have to return them, but this was an enjoyable ride. So, a successful ghost, and if you check out my segmented run, which is usually out a day after the narrated run, then you can see how I perfect thief this mission, because I'm going to take those 2 pieces of loot. But Supreme was busted in 2 areas. We couldn't return the tray that we used to block open the gate in the High Priest office to go down to the treatment room. We had to block the gate if we were to return the treatment room key, and I wanted to do that. The tray was thrown back, probably landed on the floor close to the desk. That's a small Supreme bust, but it is one. And then, secondly, we had to push or nudge the Matron forward in order to get or to frob her rosary and move on and progress in the mission. That is allowed for Ghost as a last resort, but it's not allowed for Supreme, so that's the Supreme bust. That's the definite Supreme bust right there. But we were able to do it without any first alerts and without taking any unnecessary items. We only made do with the 1 rope barrel we had. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this one. Leave me some feedback if you like this mission or not. And I will see you guys back next time for, I think we're going to do mission 4 of T2X, Shadowing the Enemy. So that'll be next on my list. Thank you very much, and enjoy your night. Have a good day. Bye-bye.